Ivan IV, commonly known as Ivan the Terrible, was the first Tsar of Russia and played a pivotal role in breaking the Tartar yoke and uniting the Russian lands. His reign, 1547 to 1584, was marked by territorial expansion, military conquests and administrative reforms that helped consolidate Russia as a powerful state. By defeating the remnants of the Mongol Golden Hord and bringing the vast Russian territories under central control, Ivan IV laid the foundation for the modern Russian Empire. The term Tartar yoke refers to the period of Mongol domination over Russian principalities from the early 13th century until the late 15th century. After the Mongol invasion of Kievan Rus in the 1230s, the Golden Horde, a Mongol Khanate, exerted control over the region, demanding tributes and influencing local politics. While the Grand Duchy of Moscow gradually gained strength in the 14th and 15th centuries, Mongol influence persisted until Ivan III formally ended tribute payments in 1480, following the Great Stand on the Ugra River. Despite this symbolic end, Mongol successor states such as the Khanates of Kazan, Astrakhan and Crimea remained significant threats to Russian independence. These Khanates frequently raided Russian lands, plundering settlements and capturing slaves. Ivan IV sought to eliminate these threats and assert Russian dominance over the former Mongol territories. One of Ivan IV's most significant military achievements was the conquest of the Khanate of Kazan in 1552. Kazan, located along the Volga River, was a stronghold of Tartar resistance and a center of economic and military power. Previous Russian rulers had attempted to subjugate Kazan without success, but Ivan IV launched a well-planned and technologically advanced campaign. Ivan IV's army, estimated at around 150,000 soldiers, was well equipped with modern artillery, including cannons that played a decisive role in breaching Kazan's formidable walls. The Russian forces laid siege to Kazan for several weeks before launching a final assault that resulted in the city's capture. The victory at Kazan was a turning point, as it marked the first major success in Ivan IV's campaign to eliminate Mongol successor states. After the conquest, Ivan implemented policies to integrate Kazan into the Russian state, including the resettlement of Russian colonists and the construction of Christian churches to replace Islamic mosques. Following his victory at Kazan, Ivan IV turned his attention to the Khanate of Astrakhan, another powerful Tartar state, controlling trade routes along the Volga River. In 1556, Ivan's forces launched a successful campaign against Astrakhan, capturing the city with little resistance. The annexation of Astrakhan solidified Russian control over the Volga and eliminated another major Mongol successor state. With Astrakhan under Russian rule, Ivan IV further expanded his influence by fortifying the region and encouraging Russian settlement. The Volga River, now entirely under Russian control, became a crucial artery for trade and communication, facilitating economic growth and further consolidation of Russian power. Despite these successes, the Crimean Khanate remained a formidable adversary. The Crimean Tatars, backed by the Ottoman Empire, continued to raid Russian territories, posing a persistent threat to Ivan IV's rule. The most devastating attack occurred in 1571 when the Crimean forces, led by Khan Devlet-Giray, launched a massive raid on Moscow, setting much of the city ablaze. In response, Ivan IV ordered the construction of defensive fortifications and strengthened the Russian military. In 1572, Russian forces decisively defeated the Crimean Tatars at the Battle of Molody, ending the immediate threat to Moscow. However, unlike Kazan and Astrakhan, the Crimean Khanate was never fully conquered during Ivan IV's reign, remaining a challenge for future Russian rulers. Ivan IV's military campaigns against the Tartar states were supported by significant administrative and military reforms that helped unite Russia. One of his most notable reforms was the introduction of the Oprichnina, a policy aimed at consolidating power by eliminating internal opposition and strengthening central authority. While often associated with terror and repression, the Oprichnina helped Ivan IV secure control over the nobility and ensure loyalty to the Tsar. Additionally, Ivan IV reorganized the military by creating the Streltsy, a professional standing army equipped with firearms. The modernization of Russia's military forces played a crucial role in the successful campaigns against the Tartar states and solidified Russia's position as a dominant regional power. Ivan IV also implemented legal and administrative reforms to unify Russia's diverse territories. The Sudebnik of 1550 standardized laws across the Russian state, reducing regional disparities and reinforcing the authority of the central government. The introduction of local self-governance through the Zemsky Sobor Assembly of the Land provided a mechanism for integrating newly conquered territories and maintaining stability. Ivan IV's conquest had profound cultural and religious implications. The annexation of Tartar territories led to the expansion of Orthodox Christianity into formerly Muslim-dominated regions. Churches and monasteries were established in Kazan and Astrakhan, symbolizing Russian dominance and facilitating the integration of local populations. Furthermore, Ivan IV promoted the concept of Moscow as the Third Rome, positioning Russia as the successor to the Byzantine Empire and reinforcing the idea of a unified Russian state under Orthodox Christian rule. This ideological framework helped legitimize Ivan's authority and justified his expansionist policies. Even the Terrible's efforts to break the Tartar yoke and unite Russia had lasting consequences. By defeating the Khanates of Kazan and Astrakhan, he ended Mongol rule over Russian lands and established Russian dominance over the Volga region. His military campaigns, administrative reforms, and centralization efforts laid the groundwork for the expansion of the Russian Empire in the following centuries. However, Ivan IV's reign was also marked by internal strife, including the Oprichnina's brutality and economic hardships caused by prolonged warfare. Despite these challenges, his role in unifying Russia and eliminating external threats remains one of his most significant achievements. In conclusion, Ivan the Terrible was instrumental in breaking the Tartar yoke and uniting Russia through military conquest, strategic reforms, and ideological consolidation. His reign set the stage for Russia's emergence as a powerful, centralized state, shaping its future trajectory for centuries to come.